Why do we have no memory before falling asleep? If you've ever fallen asleep while reading a book, watching TV, or even while having a conversation, you may have experienced the feeling of suddenly waking up and realizing that you have no memory of the last few minutes or even hours. This phenomenon, known as sleep onset amnesia, is not uncommon, and it can be confusing and even alarming for some people. But why does it happen? To understand why we have no memory before falling asleep, it's important to first understand what happens in our brains as we transition from wakefulness to sleep. During the day, our brains are in a state of continuous activity, processing information from our senses, making decisions, and carrying out a variety of cognitive and motor tasks. As the day wears on, however, our brains gradually become more fatigued, and we begin to feel sleepy. When we finally do lie down and close our eyes, our brains begin to shift into a different mode of activity. Specifically, the brain waves produced by the brain change from the fast, high-frequency waves associated with wakefulness to slower, lower frequency waves that are characteristic of different stages of sleep. The first stage of sleep is characterized by a reduction in muscle tone and a slowing of brainwave activity, while the second stage is marked by the presence of specific sleep spindles and K complexes. During these early stages of sleep, our brains are still processing information from the environment, but the information is not being encoded into long-term memory. This is because the hippocampus, a brain region critical for memory formation, is not yet fully activated during these early stages of sleep. As a result, any information that we encounter during this time is not likely to be remembered later. It's also worth noting that sleep onset amnesia is not unique to humans. In fact, many animals, including rats and cats, show similar patterns of memory loss during the transition from wakefulness to sleep. This suggests that sleep onset amnesia is a fundamental aspect of the sleep process, rather than a quirk of human biology. The principles of sleep. Sleep is a complex physiological process that is critical for our overall health and well-being. In this section, we'll take a closer look at some of the key principles of sleep, including the stages of sleep, the role of circadian rhythms, and the impact of sleep on physical and mental health. Stages of sleep. Sleep is typically divided into two main categories: rapid eye movement, REM, sleep, and non-REM, NREM, sleep. NREM sleep is further divided into 4 stages, each of which is characterized by distinct changes in brainwave activity and other physiological parameters. Stage 1, this is the lightest stage of sleep, and it typically lasts for only a few minutes. During this stage, the brain produces alpha and theta waves, and the body begins to relax. Stage 2, this stage lasts for about 20 minutes, and it is characterized by the presence of sleep spindles and K complexes in the brain waves. These patterns are thought to help consolidate memory and protect the brain from external stimuli. Stage 3, this is the deepest stage of sleep, and it is often referred to as slow wave sleep. During this stage, the brain produces delta waves, which are slow and high amplitude. This stage is critical for physical restoration and repair, as well as for the consolidation of long-term memories. Stage 4, this is the deepest stage of sleep, also known as delta sleep. During this stage, the brain produces predominantly delta waves, and muscle activity is at its lowest. It is the most restorative stage of sleep, and the body repairs and regenerates tissues, builds bone and muscle, and strengthens the immune system. Stage 5, this is REM, rapid eye movement, sleep, also known as paradoxical sleep, and is characterized by rapid eye movements, increased brain activity, and muscle relaxation. This stage is associated with vivid dreaming, emotional regulation, and memory consolidation. One of the most unique features of REM sleep is that it is associated with dreaming. In fact, researchers have found that people who are awakened during REM sleep are more likely to report having vivid, story-like dreams than people who are awakened during other stages of sleep. While the exact purpose of dreaming is still not fully understood, it is thought to play an important role in memory consolidation and emotional processing. During REM sleep, the brain is believed to be actively processing and consolidating memories from the day. and dreams may be a way of reactivating and reorganizing those memories in a way that helps us better understand and integrate them. REM sleep is also important for emotional regulation, as it is thought to help us process and regulate our emotions. Research has found that people who are deprived of REM sleep may be more irritable, anxious, and emotionally reactive than people who get adequate REM sleep. Overall, while the exact function of REM sleep is still not fully understood, it is clear that it plays a critical role in our physical and mental health. Disruptions in REM sleep can lead to a range of health problems, including sleep disorders, mood disorders, and cognitive impairment, highlighting the importance of getting adequate and high-quality sleep. Circadian rhythms. In addition to the stages of sleep, another important principle of sleep is the role of circadian rhythms. Circadian rhythms are natural, 24-hour cycles that regulate a wide range of biological processes, including sleep. These rhythms are controlled by a small group of cells in the brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, SCN, which is located in the hypothalamus. The SCN receives input from the eyes, which help to synchronize the circadian rhythm with the external environment. Specifically, light exposure in the morning and during the day helps to reset the circadian clock and promote wakefulness, while darkness in the evening and at night signals the body to prepare for sleep. When our circadian rhythms are disrupted, whether by travel, shift work, or other factors, it can lead to sleep disturbances and other health problems. For example, people who work night shifts or rotating shifts are at higher risk for developing sleep disorders, as well as other health issues such as obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. Health effects of sleep. Sleep is critical for our physical and mental health, and disruptions in sleep can have serious consequences. Some of the potential health effects of poor sleep include: increased risk of accidents. Sleep deprivation can impair cognitive function and reaction times, making it more difficult to perform tasks such as driving or operating heavy machinery. Increased risk of chronic disease. Poor sleep has been linked to an increased risk of a wide range of chronic diseases, including obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. Impaired immune function. Lack of sleep can weaken the immune system, making it more difficult for the body to fight off infections and illnesses. Mood disorders. Sleep disturbances are a common symptom of mood disorders such as depression and anxiety, and poor sleep can also exacerbate these conditions. Getting adequate sleep is important for our overall health and well-being, and there are a number of strategies that can help promote healthy sleep habits. Some of these strategies include: maintaining a regular sleep schedule. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day can help regulate the circadian rhythm and promote better sleep. Creating a sleep-conducive environment. This may include keeping the bedroom cool, dark, and quiet, and minimizing exposure to screens and other stimulating activities before bedtime. Avoiding caffeine, alcohol, and nicotine. These substances can interfere with sleep and should be avoided or limited in the hours leading up to bedtime. Managing stress. Stress and anxiety can make it more difficult to fall asleep and stay asleep, so it's important to develop strategies for managing stress, such as meditation or relaxation exercises. In conclusion, while sleep onset amnesia may be a common experience for many people, it is simply a result of the brain's natural processes during the transition from wakefulness to sleep. Sleep is a complex process that is critical for our physical and mental health, and understanding the principles of sleep can help us develop strategies for promoting healthy sleep habits and improving our overall well-being. Subscribing and liking the video are a great help. Thanks for watching.